What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I want to talk about a Brian De Palma movie I watched for the first time that I was really excited to watch, which is Body Double. Have not seen this before. Love De Palma. Haven't seen all of his movies, but love Carrie, love Scarface, love Carlito's Way. Really like The Fury, so I really want to watch more De Palma. And I've seen other things, like Snake Eyes I thought was okay. But Brian De Palma is one of those directors where he is a masterful filmmaker in a lot of aspects, and I love a majority of the movies that I've seen him do. And Carrie is one of my favorite movies ever. And of course, Scarface and Carlito's Way hold their own right to be some of the best movies ever too. But I really love De Palma. He's such a great, incredible director, and of course, I was excited to watch Body Double. And overall, before I get into detail, I did enjoy the movie, but I didn't love it as much as like the other ones I mentioned, like Carrie or Scarface or Carlito's Way. But this is still a very well-made, good movie. It's just one that I didn't completely love as much as those ones I just mentioned. It kind of falls into the half category of like, I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was his best work. But I didn't think it was bad either. It's just totally fine. And Body Double is an interesting movie. It feels very much like a Hitchcock movie because the inspiration and homages in this movie are to three different Hitchcock movies. And I love the fact that they really focus on doing a mix of a lot of Hitchcock movies. For example, it does mixes of Rear Window, where this character is watching a character from across using a telescope, or Vertigo, where this character's kind of losing his mind, like going crazy. So I really love things like that. I love how it's such an homage to classic Hitchcock, and honestly, this feels like it could be a Hitchcock movie in terms of what he does, in terms of being very close to his movies. He makes it feel like it's something Alfred Hitchcock would have directed, and I really enjoyed that a lot. And Alfred Hitchcock is incredible, and I love a lot of his movies, and I need to review more on this channel. I've seen a lot of them, but this kind of gave me the initiative to review some of his movies eventually. But besides Psycho, I've reviewed that. And the score feels like it would have been from that time period too. The score in the movie just felt like it would have been in, like Alfred Hitchcock would have done this in his prime. Like, it feels like it's a literal Alfred Hitchcock movie. And the violence as well, even though it shows more than a typical Hitchcock movie, for the most part it feels like it makes sense, like if Alfred Hitchcock directed this himself. Now, I really like how this is a movie about this main character named Jake, who Craig Wesson plays, who is also in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, as Neil. And I really like him in this movie too, and he's trying to solve this mystery about this woman being followed. And that's all I want to say about the plot. I want to keep this very bare bones, like, in terms of the plot. I won't really say plot details, besides the fact that he's watching this girl, like Rear Window, looking at her, and something's going on. People are following her, so he tries to figure out what this case is. And he's a down-on-his-luck actor who has this kind of mystery thrust upon him. And again, it feels like it's Hitchcock too, because this character is thrown into these situations like in a Hitchcock movie where, like, he's thrown into these horrible things where, like, this mystery is abound around him and he has to solve it. And I really enjoyed that as well. And the movie, for the most part, is fine up until this fantastic moment, again, relating to a character watching something through the window, like through a telescope to the other window, and it is incredible. This moment in the movie, and I won't spoil it, but there's an incredible moment where this character sees something happen across to the other window. It is incredible, and it's awesome. It is scary and thrilling, this moment in the movie. It's the halfway point of the movie. And after that, he sort of is still solving this mystery where he meets Melanie Griffith, who I don't know if this is her first role. This came out in '84. I don't know what her first role was, but honestly, Melanie Griffith in this movie is really fantastic as well. I really love her in general. I think she's a great actress. And I think in this movie, she's great at playing this kind of porn star, where, like, she the way that she reacts to stuff is funny, and it's only her personality that makes it funny, and I really enjoyed her in this movie. And she's sweet and lovable as well, even though she's kind of like she's kind of thrust in this situation too, and I like that as well. I think that it's cool. And this movie does an interesting job of being very confusing, and by confusing I mean it crosses the border between like, is this really happening? Is this not happening? And again, like calling back to like Vertigo, like it does that, where I do love that as well. I love how this does feel like a classic Hitchcock movie, and all these characters are interesting and simple, and I really do like them. And I really do love this movie overall. It's just like the first half I thought was fine. The second half, though, got really great. And then we get a weird ending where at first I didn't like it, but then after a while I was like, okay, I understand what they were going for. It's just, it was a lot to take in, if that makes any sense. But I really, really watching this movie, I actually enjoyed it a lot, and I'm glad that I saw it, and I'm glad it's a De Palma movie that actually, like, I haven't really been disappointed in any De Palma movies I've seen so far. Maybe Snake Eyes, which I thought was just okay, but overall, Body Double was actually really cool and a really fun and interesting movie with a lot of Hitchcock homages, with interesting characters, with really thrilling moments, and it feels like it was directed by Hitchcock. And I like how De Palma, as a masterful filmmaker, can do this, like, in terms of like making it similar to Hitchcock, copying all of these things but making it his own. And I really love how unique this movie is. So I really do like this movie on uniqueness alone, and performances and thrills. Like, it's a very thrilling, effective movie. So I enjoyed Body Double. So yeah, that's basically all I can say about Body Double. Thanks guys so much for watching. Tell me down below what you think of this movie, and thank you again for watching.